Day three, ladies and gentlemen, of being drug and fancy free, if you will. Um, so one thing I may as well share, I suppose, a good way to take your mind off things, like to break habits, is to keep yourself busy, it's a good way because if you can stay away from all that from like the stuff that's isn't gonna end well for you, like drugs or alcohol and whatnot. By keeping yourself occupied and staying away from that sort of thing, by the time it's time for bed and stuff like that, you'll be so completely knackered you won't even think about it because all you want to do is just get some rest. And I'm trying to figure this out in the perspective of how do you tell yourself to stop doing a certain thing. What is it really like to break a habit? I know they say that old habits die hard, but if you really do take a look inside yourself and say to yourself, it's not working because of X, Y, and Z, well, probably the case could be any clearer. If that's what has to change, then that's what's gonna have to take place. Sometimes it's not about making the easiest choices, and I've been there many times. There's many times I've had to look myself in the mirror and say, the only way to stop this happening is that we've got to do this method. And I won't lie, it's as unpleasant as it sounds. Perhaps it's the only way, or perhaps the most basic principles are the most sound of them all. Well, what do you guys reckon? I'll catch you in a bit.